Let me slide this over a little bit right there. Right there. Wait. Yes, right there. All right, very good. Okay, so let me get my link. Okay. This mic is great, but the clip gives me a little bit of trouble. All right, so let me find my link and put it out there. Put this out there into the universe. All right, there it is. All right. Yes, it is, sir. Tom, it couldn't have been better, huh? Yep. I'm going to pick it up. What time is it now? Almost 2. I'll probably have it by later this evening, along with a few others. But yeah, so it'll be in the mail by tomorrow. Shouldn't take that long either. And I'm gonna throw in a couple of things too that will be a surprise that I'm sure that you'll enjoy as well. Yes, indeed. TA Gear. Stacy, what's up? All right. Market seemed like it might do a little something for us today. Oh yes. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Don't. What y'all know about that? I know Joshua know about that. You hear that bass line. Don't. All right, market. Let's see what you're gonna do. Yeah, I do like the behavior at this present time, and the environment of the market appears to be favorable as well. So we'll see how redundant that will be. All right, come on, internet. Why? Why, oh, why? Come on now. Why does the internet gotta act up right when I'm looking at the market? Why? Come on. Give me something. All right, there goes the connection. Come on now, let me see. Let me see. It's already 30 seconds. I done missed whatever might have been there. Come on, today. Ooh, it looked like it might have did something too. Nah, no, there's definitely speed. Ooh, ooh. Uh-oh. Spoke too soon. That thing giving out them 6-second slaps, huh? Oh, whoa. 6-second slaps. All right, let me refresh this other page over here. Wait, what happened? Come on now. But nobody got time for no shenanigans. Hey. Come on, internet. Jeez. Daggone shame. This is ridiculous. All right, I gotta resort to the auto Wi-Fi because I'm not moving. I refuse to relocate. comfortable and I don't feel like moving. How about that? Jesus. All right, let me see. Come on, man. Damn. All right, there we go. Benito, what up? What's up, James? What's up, Mick? What's up, Matthew? Joshua says, psych. Oh, you must have been talking about that last binary. Yeah, that definitely was a psych. That was one of the got him. Got him. That was that right there. Yes, indeed. Yeah, but it seemed like right before that, the market was actually looking pretty good. It is looking pretty good. In spite of that one. We just got to see it look better. Hopefully that was just a needle in a haystack of nonsense. All right, see this internet want to play. Come on now, I don't got time to be playing with you. Play too much. Internet play too much. Ernest, what up, man? He getting the weekend started early. I feel you on that one. Yes, sir. Likewise, man. Enjoy, man. We finally got some good weather. Today is nice. Yesterday was terrible. I mean, like as far as if you wanted to do something, it just was raining all day. Today, it's feeling like Thai food or some good vegan, or who knows, maybe ribs and wings. I do it all, man. Shoot, I do all of that. Look, Ernest talking about he getting some beef ribs now for smoking them. Ernest sound like he be eating real good. You smoking ribs, man. You probably make beans from scratch. Probably make some good beans. Anybody talking about they smoke ribs? You know they make good beans and good cornbread. You just gotta assume. Alright, see now this internet is alright. I'm not playing games with this no more. Let me use my internet. Start playing around with this stupid thing. Oh my goodness, this computer is so slow. Come on, internet. Come on, any day now. Thank you. Jeez. All right. We should be good to go now. James said I bring the beer. Oh, okay. You on Instagram cooking it up? Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. Yeah, that's definitely one thing that I do enjoy. Eating. Yeah, I like good food, man. I like good food. You ever eat something that tastes so good you feel guilty? You be like, this is sinful. You just be like, yo, I shouldn't be doing this. This tastes too good. Okay, I see you over there. I'm gonna follow you now. Really, miss? Unbelievable. I like I like what you said here. He said chef in the making, habitual line stepper. All right. Wow, this food look awesome, man. Damn. Wow, this look crazy. And this is all you? He really does it. He really does this for real. They gotta check this out on Instagram. His handle, he pasted right there. Yeah, I see. He said I cook up a feast for no reason. You look at that page, you definitely gonna get hungry. My goodness. Exactly right. I agree. He said life's hard enough to be settling for mediocre food. Amen to that. Amen to that. My goodness. Yeah, Ben. For a while now. For a while. And I actually plan on getting something else too. I'm gonna get something smaller just for me. Wow, he said he does everything from scratch. That's amazing, man. See that like stuff like that is a gift. I think that cooking, when somebody can really cook real well, like that's how my grandmother used to be. My grandmother was from down south. When she used to cook, first of all she never measured nothing. You know how people be like, oh, put 2 spoons of this and a tablespoon of that. She don't measure nothing. She would just cook. Like I used to try to ask her, be like, well, how much of that do you put? She'd be like, you just put enough until it feel right. I'm like, huh? Stupid internet. Come on, man. Stop going out. Yep, that's exactly what she used to say. She said, put enough until it feel right. So I guess that's kind of like how you feel a market. You got to feel the food. I think it's the same dynamic. I actually do. I believe so. Come on, internet. Every time I get it up, it start acting stupid again. Come on, man. Well, while I got this thing on, I might as well charge this laptop up. Might as well charge it up. All right, so must I keep going through this with this stupid internet? My goodness. Damn. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. There we go. It's taking forever just for me to scroll through the list of the Wi-Fi options. Like this is how slow my computer gets. Unbelievable. I'm on the Mac. The wheel is just spinning like this, just spinning, just spinning. Like what are you processing? I didn't do nothing. I'm just try. All I did was scroll through the list to try to change the internet. What are you processing? There's nothing to process. Jesus. All right. All right. Don said that's how I cook. Oh, Don, you be burning too, huh? Adam said my dad always said there's no excuse in life for a cheap cigar, bad food, and an ugly wife. Wow. Ben said you need structure for cooking, recipes like structure in the market, discipline and patience. Yep. Beauty is in the beholder. What's ugly to you may be beautiful to someone else. Hey now. Hey, hey. That's funny. I think that people that know, and this is just humor. I'm joking, but it's something to think about. It's kind of like if you know that you got an ugly girlfriend, right? The one thing that you'll always say is, well, she's not ugly to me, but you know that she's ugly. But the thing about it is that you probably love the other things about her that supersede her looks. Yeah, there you go. Look at what Joshua said. She's really nice. Oh man, that's funny. It's funny, but it's true. It is very true. Look, he said Ben. Ben said looks are important though. I mean, it's like if as long as you could deal with how your significant other looks, a lot of times people are beautiful inside and they may not be the, the beauty queen, of course. Just like there's dudes that's awesome dudes. And, they got the lazy eye. They might have a lift. They might have a lift. But they're a great guy. So it's like you kind of be, you'll forget about all of the other stuff once you get to know the person, and you just move from there like that. And I think that's how it goes more than anything, because I know plenty of ugly people, as far as looks, but they're beautiful people. So after a while you forget the fact that they're not the best looking or whatever the case may be. So it is what it is. But I think that when you're around people long enough, they show how they really are. Like there's beautiful women, physical, gorgeous or whatever, quote unquote. And then you talk to them and you be like, yo, you ugly. Because they might be arrogant, they might be just nasty, got an attitude. They think that they cute, and they think that they cute, and it's like they're too cute. And I'm like, you ain't that cute. Like, your attitude stinks. Deuces. So it's like a trade-off. But I would rather be around somebody that's ugly as far as looks and they're a beautiful person than to be around somebody that looks good and they're a horrible person. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be around nobody that's horrible. I can't do that. Like, I don't even want to be around them. You know how, like, you just don't even want to be in the presence of certain people? That's what I mean, like that. What's up, Jermaine? Yeah, that's true. Ben said you got to live with them for the next 50 years. You better remember that. Yep. Stacy says, yeah, some people are ugly inside and that's bad. I think being ugly inside is worse. I'm not willing to deal with your ugliness inside if you pretty. I don't care how pretty you are. Because I'm telling you, when somebody's ugly inside, their looks after a while are going to irritate you. Like their beauty and how pretty that they are and all of that, you will be disgusted by them because of how they are as a person. So it'll be just as if they're not pretty. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's real. That is real. I've definitely run into, women like that. Definitely. Yep. I remember when I was in high school, man, I had like my little circle of friends. You know how you got friends when you coming up in high school, right? And y'all got your little clique, your little group or whatever, you hang out. And you know how that go. You got your good looking friends, you got your friends that got charm, you got the nerd. There's always like a prototype inside of every circle of friends. It just is what it is. Everybody got the nerd friend that you just let him be around y'all just because y'all like to crack jokes on him or whatever and just have him around. And he's funny, you know what I'm saying? So you got that dude, then you got the charmer, then you got Mr. Rico Suave, the cute, the pretty boy. Then you got the dude that is just like the player. Like you got every character type. So I was never like a player, but I fused everything together, kind of. I took from everything that I saw and created my personality, and then that's kind of like what I became. So my group of friends, there was two girls, and these were very attractive young ladies. Like, they were very good looking, both of them. One of them, she was newer to the school, and nobody knew her. Everybody was scared to talk to her, like to kind of get to know her. So we made like a little bet or whatever. And I know this is terrible. But this is the type of stuff that you do when you were kids. So we made a bet. We was like, all right, so, whoever gets up first, or at least gets a number, you know, like whatever it was. I forgot what it was. But anyway, so out the two girls, the bet kind of was like, you know, either one. You could pick whichever one that you want to go for. So the majority of them were scared anyway. They were scared to talk to either one of them. So I talked to both of them. So I ended up being cool with both of them. One of them, she like kind of ended up being my girlfriend for a little while. Not for a long time, but for a little while. So during the process of her, or I should say me getting to know her, like as a girlfriend, I started to notice little things that she, like just ways that she was, because now she's comfortable with me. So now she can be herself in front of me. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know how like you go somewhere new and you don't know nobody, so you can't be yourself yet. As soon as you get comfortable, now you're going to be yourself. Lord. So when, you know, after she got comfortable because of me, I made her comfortable. She started showing how she really was. She was terrible. She was a witch. Like, she was mean. She was very mean, like just mean to people. So my little circle of friends, like I said, you know, we had the nerd dude. We actually had a couple of nerds that we hung out with. But she didn't know that they were my friends. Like, she didn't know that they were cool with us. One day, she just started being mean to them, both of them. And I just fell back and I was like, wait. I'm like, is she joking? Like, is she playing? She wasn't joking. She was saying very mean stuff to them, like terrible things. And because of that, I got rid of her. Like, I dumped her. So my other friends were very upset with me because I dumped her, because they were like, man, you got the one, blah, 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 blah. Everybody wanted to, you know, to get with her. I got rid of her because she was mean to my other friends, to my nerd friends, and I knew that that's how she really was. I was like, nah, you're not nice. Like, you need to really check your attitude and the way that you are. And if you continue to be like that, nobody's going to like you. Like, regardless of how good you look, no one is going to like you. Sure enough, everybody that ended up, you know, being with her, they didn't like her. Girls didn't like her. Guys ended up not liking her. And mind you, like, she was pretty, like how, like a model kind of, she had a model look to her. Nobody liked her because she was mean and she was just terrible to everybody. And then after a while, like, she became bitter, you know, so other girls used to want to fight her and stuff like that. And it just was bad. It was like it was downhill for her. And that just like let me know a lot about how to deal with things life-wise, because it's like it's not all about the outer appearance of anything that you are doing. It's about what it really is. It's just like how you can't judge a book by its cover. That saying, that's very true. People will automatically make assumptions based on how you look. You know what I'm saying? But you can't do that. You have to get context. So you actually got to see how a person is to know how they really are, to know and to have enough information to make a decision based on the way that you want to deal with them or not deal with them. And that's just real. Like, it just is what it is. It just is what it is. And, you know, one of the things that's kind of bad about, like, when somebody's attractive and they're always being told, oh, you're so pretty and this and that, you know, you're beautiful, oh, this and that. It's like they're letting that energy gas them up and put them up on this pedestal. And then when they get to the pedestal, now they're sitting up on top of the pedestal, and now the ego kicks in. And when the ego kicks in, it's all over, because the ego doesn't do anything that makes sense. The ego is just very cocky and mean and, you know, just nasty for no reason. Like, after a while, like, oh, I'm too pretty for you. Don't talk to me. Who are you? Why are you talking to me? Like, just being mad mean to people. I'm like, nah, man. Nah, like, all of that taught me a lot just about how to deal with things in life overall. Some people will allow, like, they'll tolerate that type of behavior. Nope. That's one thing I never tolerated. And that's why like, a lot of times I would, you know, be with, like, pretty women, but if they were ugly inside, I would dump them. I would get rid of them. And my friends used to be mad at me because they were like, well, you know, it was so hard to get to her. Why do you have to dump her? I'm like, because she's a witch. No, she can't be that bad. Yeah, it is. It's that bad. They like, damn, you stupid. I'm like, I'll be stupid, but I ain't gonna be stressed out. I know that much. She ain't gonna be getting on my nerves. And then I used to be like, you go get her. They were scared to get her though. They were scared because she made them feel like, nah, you don't you dare come over here. Talk to me. Don't talk to me. Yeah, she had one of them attitudes. She had a why you talking to me attitude. You know, like you say, hey, how you doing? What's up? Hello. And she looking at you like, why are you talking to me? It's like, really? Yeah, that right there is very true. Don said, pretty women are a dime a dozen like the markets. And I'm like, this is no offense to women. I'm just talking about the witches. I'm not talking about all women. I'm talking about the ones that just be having a stink ass attitude and thinking that they better than everybody else. And it works. It's the same way for dudes too. It ain't no different for men. Men be assholes a lot of times when they be, you know, model material, or they got muscles and they want to show off their body or show off their good looks and have a certain attitude. You know, like don't be in the gym working out with a, what do they call them? What's the word that they use for like good looking dudes? What do they call them? Hunk? Yeah, hunk. Don't try to go in the gym and work out with a hunk. Cause they be in there looking at you. They comparing how much weight you lifting and just competitive for no reason. You're like, if you don't get the hell out of my face, I don't care anything about your muscles, and I'm not looking at you. So stop looking at me, please. But yeah, man, so it works both ways, man. Don said meathead. Joseph said, do you even lift, bro? Yo, that is hilarious. Yep. Yeah, they be so, man, they just be so arrogant in the gym. Then they'll do certain workouts on purpose. Like they love to do curls. They love to sit down and just be doing curls and, you know, looking around and like, what the hell are you looking around for? Just do your sets and move. Do your sets and get out of here, man. I think that would be hilarious. Like you go to the gym and just record all the different type of characters in the gym, because you got all different type of people that work out. All kinds. It's hilarious. You want a good laugh? Just go to the gym and just look at people. Adam said he never understood the kiss of the bicep thing. Don said, Fred Sanford said, you all bronze but no brain. Oh, snap. That's funny. All bronze but no brain. That is hilarious. Yeah. Don said he trained at the gym, see all type of clowns. All types, man. They all in there. All of them is in there. All of them are in there. I lift things up and put them down. Yep, and then another character type is dudes that look at other dudes. You know, the dudes that look at other dudes and they're waiting for a reaction from you for something. I don't ever get that. I'll be like, what you like? Why are you looking over here? Like, it's mad women in here. Why are you looking at me? You want to look at me to see if I'm looking at you. But I'm not looking at you. I see you looking at me in my peripheral. And I know you looking at me to see if I'm looking at you. Why? Never got that one. Never got that. Adam said the voids make them angry. Joshua said, "Bro, check out my squats." Yo, for real though. For real. Ben said a woman that is ugly and has a fit body. Now you were in a dilemma. Yeah, I forgot about those too. Man, I had experience with that also. Yep. I had a friend. He used to say, "Body of a goddess, face from hell." It's like, damn, you don't know what to do. You be like, should I? I don't know. Yeah, we used to crack jokes about that too when we was younger. We used to be like, just put a paper bag over her face and enjoy the view. Terrible. Terrible. Stacy said, "Hey baby, that's the look." What's happening, Dubs? Happy Friday, my man. Yes, sir. Oh, you out in Kentucky? Okay. Kentucky, that's Louisville, right? I'm saying Louisville like that's the only city in Kentucky. Yeah, that's what it is. It comes down to insecurities. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. And like a lot of times it's very sad because you be like, damn, man. Like I kind of feel kind of bad for you if you really got to go through all the measures to try to get attention. And it's like, just be you. Just be yourself, man. Like, it's mad people in the world, first of all. Like, there's somebody, I don't care how you look, who you are, how you sound, how skinny you are, how fat you are. You might have the greatest body in the world, the most beautiful face. Whatever it is that you got going on, if you don't be yourself, it's like, you're not going to be happy. You're just not. Like this, like, don't get it twisted. People that might look good, they look the part. Oh, look at them. They got a great figure. She looks like she works out, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Man, a lot of times people be depressed, man. They don't be happy. They be going through a lot of shit in life. So it's like, you can't judge based on appearance. You just can't. There's people that look busted. Like sometimes you'll look at somebody and you look at what they got on. They're not wearing designer this and designer that. They're not flashy. They might have on a pair of Converse and a pair of jeans and a t-shirt. And they got way more money than everybody. Don't say nothing. They just regular. They got the most money in the room. So it's like, you can't just go off of appearance. Then people that look flossy be broke. But that's true. Like what he just said about insecurity, it does have a lot to do with that. People will do stuff to make up for the insecurities that they have a lot of times, which is crazy. Because you can't do that forever. It's like, how long you going to go through your whole life doing that? Can't do that, man. You're going to burn out. Stacey said, look, do not be fooled by the gym bodies. Yep. A lot of them be cheating, Stacey. Right? They don't be, like, you ain't get that in the gym. Like, you did not get that waist and them curves in the gym. I think you paid for that. Yep. Josh said that's called a BTAT. What's that? You got to break down that acronym. A lot of words are coming to mind, but I want to hear. I want to hear what that means. Don said double bagger. If one falls off, there's another one left on. Oh, okay. You from Lexington. So we be feeding the NBA down here. I think the Raptors won yesterday, right? Did they play yesterday? Whatever. I think I heard that they won. Yep, they got at them Golden State Warriors, boy. Adam said Lexington, one of my favorite cities. Don said, look at Warren Buffett and Bill Gates. They look like average Joes. Exactly. Exactly. Average Joe. Like they look like if they was just walking on the street, unless you knew who they were, you wouldn't care. That's how they look. Just regular. Yep. Oh, okay. Josh just said, but that ass though. Ugly head chicks with the body. He said ugly head chicks. Oh man. Yeah, there's you got those too. Yep. But I think that probably now more than like when I was younger, now women will be gassed up about their body being nice, even though their face is not the nicest. They'll be arrogant off of their body because they feel like that's enough to attract a man to them. And then they'll kind of fall into the same category as like the pretty chick. The one that got the pretty face, and she's arrogant because she feels like she's pretty and she's above others. These chicks with these bodies, they feel the same way. Their beauty is in their body. So, but it's the same dynamic, man. They be just as arrogant as the pretty chick. Yep. Matthew said, AKA Butterface. Everything looks good but her face. That's funny. Because I saw somebody else say that. Who said that earlier? Oh, Adam said it. He said that's a butterface. Okay, that's what that means. That is hilarious. Everything looks good but her face. Wow. Yeah, and that's true also. Don said, I'm surprised the most attractive women actually don't feel pretty. Very true. Dub said, had to give you props for driving and live streaming yesterday. I used to get anxiety just commuting from Connecticut when I was working in the city years ago. Country fella, but love for New York City. Yeah, man. Yep. You know what taught me how to drive well? Believe it or not, the reason I drive good is because I learned to drive in the city. It's like being thrown into the pool and you don't know how to swim. And my mother was like, listen, you're going to drive and you better not hit nobody and you better not run no lights. That's all she said to me. And I was like, but where? Where am I supposed to drive? She said here. And we were in Midtown Manhattan. And I was like, oh my gosh. Now, mind you, you know, in the city, you got bike lanes, you got cabs. And back at that, like during that time, this was like in the 90s when I was learning how to drive. Because I started learning how to drive when I was 15. I was 14 going on 15. I couldn't even get my permit until I was 16. So I was learning how to drive before I even did the written test to get my permit. So by the time I had my permit, I knew how to drive. When I was 16, I knew how to drive already. When I turned 17 and a half, I went for the road test because you had to be 18. Went for the road test, passed it the first time. Now, my mother taught me how to drive. My mother's an excellent driver. She taught me how to drive. And that's exactly how she taught me how to drive. She said, listen, you better not hit nothing. She's like, don't hit any cars, don't hit any people, and don't run the light. I was like, that's it? She's like, that's it. Go ahead. I was like, okay. And that was it. That was all she wrote. I just figured it out. Yep, figured that shit out. I knew that was coming. Stacey talking about women are better drivers. I disagree with that totally. Totally disagree with that, Stacey. I think my mother was the exception to the rule. I think women are terrible drivers. I know Stacey's gonna get at me. I'm just waiting. Metro North New Haven line to Grand Central, then the 405 going down to Financial District. One hell of a commute. Oh wow. So you must have lived in Westchester. Oh no, you lived in Connecticut. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So you took Metro North from Connecticut to Grand Central, and then you took the 4 and the 5 train down to by Wall Street. Got you. Okay. Near Stanford. Got you. Yeah, that is a hell of a commute. And you used to do that every day? Well, at least you weren't driving though. Now I understand why you saying that. Yeah, it's right. And you didn't have to drive. You just had to, change. Like Metro North, when you get to Grand Central, you got to switch to the subway, and then it sounded like you had to get on two different trains, or you probably either caught the 4 or the 5, depending on what. Yeah. Because I know how that go too. Like when you see the subway, well, when you're in the subway system rather, sometimes the express is going, like the express is already there on the platform when you get there. So it's going to where you're going, and it depends on where you're getting off at. If you're getting off at a stop that the express goes past, then you got to come back up. So like say, I think it's the 4 that's the express when you get in the city. So the 4 might go past your stop. Because it's there, you like, shoot, I'm gonna just hop on this, and then I take the uptown one coming back up, the local coming back up to my stop. So sometimes you'll do it like that. Damn, man, this thing keep cutting off. This thing just keeps cutting off. I hate when it does this. Come on, give me my internet back, please. There we go. All right, got it. What happened to the chat? All right, Stacy. Yeah, Dub said that energy though in the city, I still miss it. Can't describe it. I know, man. Like that's what I be telling my wife. Like I don't know why my wife hates the city. She can't stand being in the city unless she's eating. If we had a restaurant, she don't got no problem with that. But she does not like the city unless she's eating or she's shopping. And I'm like, well, You're gonna do that wherever you go. So yeah, but I think that it's all of the people. And like I'm native New Yorker. Like I was born here, raised here. So that always was a part of like just the culture. You know, like you just running, you just always around people all the time. I feel funny not being around people. Like I can't even explain how I would feel like if there was nobody just around all the time. I'm so used to it. I'm very used to that. And when you in the city, that's how you can tell when people ain't from the city. They not from New York. When they walking, they don't know how to walk. They like when you're walking, it's like traffic. It's like how cars are in the street. Stay in your lane. Don't stop suddenly. If you're gonna stop, pull over to the side. Don't be in the middle of the street just standing there, because you will get flipped on. People gonna flip on you. They're gonna be yelling at you. They'll bump the hell out of you and keep moving. No one says excuse me. Nobody is looking up. Everybody's looking. They just looking straight, looking down, looking at their phone. Got headphones on, not paying attention. Don't care if they bump you. Rude as hell. It's great. Gotta love it. Yeah, but there is just an element of that. Like if you from New York, I think that you kind of used to it. So you know, it's one of them things. It's just like just being, you know, like you kind of become a product of your environment. Yep, you become a product. What up, James? Yeah, exactly. Hustle and bustle of life in New York. Yep. Yes, indeed. That's why they say if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere, because it's very high stress also. You know, like people are constantly moving. Like like for example, if you got to go to Manhattan, like say for a job interview, you got to get there first. The process of getting to the interview, already you already tired and worn out. You ain't even there yet. Then you got to get. Then you get there. Then you might have to be dealing with an asshole that interviews you at the job, and their first impression of you might be the deciding factor as to whether you get the job or not. It's just a constant stress like that you have to kind of deal with. But that constant stress can build you up or it'll break you down if you're weak. It's like working out. It's like when you go to the gym, you're stressing out your body. You're stressing your body to build it up. You're breaking it down first, and then you're building it up. But you have to stay in the gym. You can't start working out and then stop. When you start working out, you got to work out now. It has to be a part of your lifestyle now. So it's kind of like the same thing. Living in New York is exactly like that. Like you're around stressful situations all the time, unless you make it not stressful. Like you got to figure out ways to make the hustle and the bustle not be stressful to you, to the point where you can't function and it becomes a negative thing. Like I thrive off of that. I thrive off of hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like I do well in environments where it's hustle and bustle, because I know that I'm just gonna just relax. In the midst of all of the shit that be going on, I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna just fall back, relax, observe, and I'll see where I need to move and how I need to move in order to make things happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you develop that it's like savvy. You become savvy at doing it. But living in New York definitely makes you, like, we different here. I think if you were born and raised here and you grew up here, when you go somewhere else, that's why people can recognize your presence and your aura immediately. They be like, yeah, he probably from New York, because it's like a whole thing that goes with the demeanor and everything when you grew up here. And it had nothing to do with being tough. Like, I'm not talking about being a tough guy. I'm just talking about having like an inner strength. Like there's just a strength that you develop being constantly in a stressful environment. but not allowing the stress to get to you, rather allowing the stress to build you up and to build your character. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I appreciate about like growing up in New York. I don't know if everybody feels like that either. I'm just speaking for myself. I'm speaking for myself and other people I know that are like that, that are from here. But I would imagine that you do that wherever you are. But depending on where you grow up, you know, you may not just you just may not be in a stressful environment to have built yourself up like that. Here, it's like you go to public school, you know, you coming up in the public school system, you better know how to fight. If you don't know how to fight, somebody gonna test you. You know what I'm saying? Like you constantly around that type of environment. Back in the day, it was crazy too. Like depending on where you went to school. If you went to school in Brooklyn or the Bronx or Queens or Harlem, you just had to develop the strength that you needed to defend yourself and be ready to fight somebody. Because for whatever reason, it was like it's just testosterone everywhere. Like everybody wants to fight all the time. I don't know what it was. It just was. It was that type of environment. Like especially for me in high school. If somebody didn't like you, they wanted to fight you. It wasn't like somebody didn't like you, they leave you alone and don't talk to you. They don't like you, so they want to fight you. And it's like, why do you want to fight? I didn't do anything to you. I didn't say anything to you. You want to fight me just because you don't like me. You don't like how I dress. You don't like, you know, the fact that I'm talking to a girl maybe that you wanted to talk to or that you like or somebody that we both know. You want to fight me now because of that. Like just stupid stuff. So all of that type of stuff just builds up your character, in my opinion, if you don't let it break you down. You know what I'm saying? But I believe that you can do that anywhere. It's not just New York. Because I'm pretty sure that there's other places that's way tougher than New York. But I know that the environment here definitely is that type of environment where it's like you better toughen up. You can't be walking around here acting like you soft, acting like you don't want to do something. If somebody wants to do something to you, you better be ready to do whatever needs to be done. Period. It's like there's no question about it. So it's interesting. It's an interesting dynamic. And I think that it strengthens you mentally also. I believe that that's one of the reasons why I became good at the market. Because the market to me represents a chaotic environment that you have to make sense out of. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to make sense out of this. Like you want to make money? Figure this out. And it's like, figure this out? This is the jungle. There's lions and tigers and bears everywhere. All right, well, you better figure out how not to get eaten up by them. Yep, and there's no instruction manual. There's nothing telling you what to do. You got to figure everything out on your own. That's what the market to me represents. Because that's what it was for me. That's what it personally was for me. Yep. Ben said New York is too cold in the winter. You're not lying, man. You are not lying. It is cold here in the winter. And it's pretty hot here in the summer, too. Especially like in recent years. It gets hot. It definitely gets hot. Yeah, comes with the environment. Yep. Competitive city. Yep, got to get that work. Dub said, even though it's mad cleaner now, I saw my first rat in the subway and was proud. Rite of passage. Yes. Right. When you can see a rat and not jump, like you don't jump and you're not scared, you made it. You made it, sir. Yes, sirree. You made it. All right, this internet this is doing me dirty right here. This internet. I'm gonna move around the corner. What's so crazy about this area is I could be on one side of the street, internet don't work. I go across the street and the net works. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what is that? It's my icy lady right here too. I should get one, but I ain't gonna get one. She out there with the, she got the good ices too. The mango. Swing around the block real quick. Give me some internet. See, this is why I be making U-turns. I had to go all the way around like 2 blocks just to end up over, and I could have just made a U-turn where I was, but I just was trying to be nice and not make a U-turn. But I could have and should have, because now I had to go down 3 blocks and go all the way around just to go across the street to where I could have went to. Crazy, man. It's crazy, man. Come on, man. Why you pausing right here? Move. Even people be driving, they act like ain't nobody else like on the street. You're not the only one on the street, man. You don't know where you at, pull over. You in the middle of the street trying to figure out where to go. I know I sound like a typical New Yorker driving, right? Just talking shit about everything. Like, come on, you're driving too slow. Come on. All right, this is my spot right here. We good now. Come on, internet, stop playing now. All right, let's connect it. Come on. Give it to me, baby. Come on. It just got mad windy out here too, out of nowhere. If I ain't know no better, I would think it might rain. That cloud looking rainish. All right, here we go. Finally. Goodness. Turn all of this stuff off. All right. Laptop is charged. Charge is up. Come on, walk it. Damn, see? That 255, how did that one look just now? Because I was driving. I couldn't see it. Damn, it looked like it ended nice. Might have looked nice. Who knows? The 255. That's funny. Darkness side. He said, "Am I using McDonald's Wi-Fi?" Nah, if I was, it would work. This is just Wi-Fi that's out here wherever I'm at in my car. Why don't you just go to your public library? People still go to the library for Wi-Fi? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. The library, that's where we used to go when we had dial-up. People go there for the Wi-Fi too? Okay. I didn't even know. Yep, you got that right. We run our business anywhere there's Wi-Fi. That's it. Yeah, I preferably like to be somewhere near a park, somewhere near chirping birds and greenery. That's my preference. That's what my view is right here. That's why I like being over in this spot right here. Beautiful gardens, garden areas. That definitely was typical New Yorker talk. New Yorker driving and talking shit. Yep, that's exactly what that is. All right. Now, this one I'm going to watch. It's 2587. I want to see how this one looks. Well, there is definitely spurts still present. That spurt happened to take place at the very beginning of the binary. And there is still a level of speed present. Now let's see how this behavior is looking. So who saw the 255? Excuse me. What did that 255 actually look like? Curious to know, because it looked like it came right in position and set up. But of course I can't tell by looking at the candle, so I would need to have seen it to know. But behavior wise, the behavior looks to me like it is still intact. Yes, it does. Behavior looks like it is still intact. There are spurts of speed that I'm still seeing. I'm watching the Great British Pound versus the U.S. dollar, and in particular, looking at it from the NADEX platform, NADEX.com. NADEX it's actually an exchange. It's not a broker. It's an exchange where binary options can be traded. So that's the instrument of choice for myself and for my group. Okay, it didn't set up. Cool. Damn, man. I hate when you almost get the eyelash, but it gets in your eye. You ever see the eyelash? It be sticking out, and you see it, and you like, damn, I'm gonna get it. And you try to grab it, but you didn't get it at the right angle, so you push it in your damn eye. That's what just happened to me. There it is. Got it. Little bastard. All right. Yeah, I like this environment right now, though. This environment is nice. This environment is nice. And we got about an hour left. Not even an hour. We got more like 40, 45 minutes left. Because I think you should be logging out by 3:45, no later than. Jay Carly is something else. Jay Carly is something else. I'm just looking in the chat now what she put in there. I like that. That's nice. Very nice. Uh-huh. Gonna watch this one, see what this one does. It's 25.85. Minute and 30. Mick said, would synergy trades cause partial fills? No, not necessarily. I know why you're asking that. Because you feel like if a bunch of us are taking the same trade, are we absorbing all of the liquidity? There's not enough. Hold on. Look at this right here. It's 25.86. Up. Look at that. Look at that. See how this one ends? See what this one ends. That might be the one right there, man. That might be the permission right there. Uh-huh. That's what it's looking like. I told you I like this environment. I told you. There's permission. Right there. There's permission. Come on, man. There it is. All right. My trigger finger ready now. Tell T now, look. You see how I was already talking about the environment already? Now that right there, that's our permission. That's what I'm talking about as far as the observation. When you're able to spot the transitioning, you're able to pick up on and detect the right environment and then the right follow through behavior. When you're seeing that in advance, it unfolds. You don't have to look for nothing. Look, we're here together now, looking. If you were looking at the chart, you saw what I saw. You see what I'm saying? You're looking just like me. Come on, man. This is what we do. That's what we do. Let me put this up real quick. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, there it is. No, what the hell? All right, there we go. Yep, all right, so going to continue to observe. I am sensing. Here, let me get my crystal ball. My crystal ball tells me that a trade is actually coming shortly hereafter. Oh, man. Somebody asked me that one day. They said, yo, you be doing voodoo on the market or what? I said, nah, man. Nah, not me. I do speak the language, though, fluently. Um, James said I gotta log back in. I'm just realizing my time is off a little bit. That shouldn't be going off now. Time is a little off. My audio timer. But yeah, Mick, that's a good question. I mean, mainly what causes partial fills is when the liquidity is spread out and your timing. Now, as long as your timing is within the allotment of time before NADEX cuts liquidity off, like for example, you can have a working order that's sitting there. It might get filled partially, but because there's still time left before the cutoff time, the rest of it fills also. Like you can have that take place also. And it often does. It often does. All right. Look and see what this one is doing. That one had that had a jump right there. So I know that you've seen the pricing, but no, it had a jump, and you don't have your speed confirmation after anyway. So that's two no-nos. And even if you did have speed confirmation, that jump was a no-no. So that's a no-no. That's a DQ right there. Period. But I do want you to pay attention to the ending of the behavior itself, because that will tell us a lot about what the market is doing right now overall within the environment as far as holding. And that tells us a lot right there, letting us know behavior is still intact. So that burst that you saw, you know, a lot of times the market will just have interjection of speed, but it won't have the follow through of the speed, and it'll just be a one-time thing. Sometimes it'll do that. Other times the burst is giving you a sign that speed is about to come back into the overall market. Like, I know I'm telling you a lot right now. Like, these are nuances that you'll just learn to pick up on your own without me telling you. This is the type of stuff that you'll just be picking up on your own, like just over time. Dang, I meant to reset this stupid clock. I hate when I do that. All right, well, anyway. There's a reflection hitting this lens, and it's getting on my nerves. And it's mad bright over here right now. Damn. All right. See, this is why I be having shades on all the time. My eyes are very sensitive to light. All right. Let's see now. Dub said, that's pretty neat. I saw how in the past few videos you got filled beyond your entry price as it kicked back up a little bit, right? But what was neat is that it was already deep in the money and filled. Bingo. See, because, all right. And what you're touching on is something that is a very specific nuance that you'll learn. It's how the separation of liquidity and environment and behavior take place on the platform. It happens when you have nailed the timing of the behavior in the right environment. When you nail that, now you can trade It's like, okay, if you try to trade during the wrong timing of behavior and environment, that's when you'll get slapped around by the market. Your timing is off. Okay? When you nail the correct environment and the right behavior, you can trade. And now when you trade, you're trading straight up against other people on the platform. It's not the market moving your pricing with your options. Does that make sense? The pricing of the options now is liquidity. Now liquidity is what you're seeing in the option pricing, because the correct environment and behavior is stable. I'm giving away a lot right now. My goodness. If you, man, I don't know who be listening like to these lives when I do them, and just listening when I'm talking in general. But my goodness gracious, the stuff I'm talking about right now is insanity. Like for real, because this is stuff that, as you train and you just observe and you do more in the market, you're gonna see for yourself. I'm right. Everything I'm telling y'all, I'm telling is right. This is what happens. I know what the hell I'm talking about, man. I know what I'm talking about. This is from observation. And this is like, that's what I'm saying. People don't get good at observation. They want to get good at trading, but they don't want to take the time to observe and to study. How that work? How does that work? How do you get good at anything without training? I don't understand. How do you get good? You know, like if you're somebody that is good in academically in your school, how did you become so good in school? Study. Study. You develop good study habits. That's why when you take the test, boom, you nail the test. You got 100. You probably got 110 because you got the extra credit and all that other shit. Your study game is solid, so your test game is solid. When it comes time to execute on the exam, you good to go. Telling you, man. Jack said, bro, you repeat yourself to the point to where it's useless. It's information, not some skill shit. Too much money out here. Okay, Jack. If you say so. And I guess to some degree you are right. It is useless to you if you're not paying attention to what's being said. Just like anything else. Just because information is readily available doesn't mean that it's going to be utilized. So that's exactly why I even have conversations with people when they have a disagreement with me, or they feel like, you know, what I talk about is not valuable. It's just like anything else. If I laid everything out for you, you still wouldn't do it. So all the elements that you need to be able to execute is going to come from you anyway. And I'm definitely repetitive about that. I talk about that shit every day. The real skill is you actually developing the patience and the discipline that you need. Without that, you ain't going to be successful at doing nothing anyway. So you're right. Yep. You are correct in that context. It's just like life, right? Life is what you make it. It's all good. And it's funny because like the people around me, they get more upset when people say things than I do. I don't even be caring, because I love to talk and to engage with folks about how they feel about whatever it is that we're doing. And Mark, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're doing. All you're doing is this. Okay. You're right. See, that's what it is. It's like you're correct. That's what's funny to me. It's like everything that you're saying is true. Yes, you're right. And that's exactly what I'm going to continue to do. It's like, why would I do anything else? I don't understand. Like what people even think about. It's kind of like saying, well, all you got is a 3-pointer. That's like telling Reggie Miller, well, all you do is shoot threes. Yeah, that's what he does. You telling Floyd Mayweather, all you do is run around the ring. You don't be fighting. Yeah, he runs around the rings, but he's hitting you, and you're not hitting him. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like they want to demonize what you do because you're winning. Like people, I've had like not me arguing with them, but there are people that will sit there and argue like over something that somebody does because they're successful at doing it. They be like, yeah, but I don't, you always doing this. Yeah, that's how I win. Is the goal to win, or is the goal to try to entertain you? I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to win. That's it. It's like, why would it be anything else for me? Why? I don't understand why it would be any different for you. If you want to win, do what you do, and that's it. That's it. Yes, exactly. Exactly. As I said, making a living on your skill. That's it. And see, I love that. And then I love the fact that I'm doing it and then I'm passing on the knowledge to others so that they can duplicate what I do. You see what I'm saying? I'm not keeping the information all to myself and not sharing it. You see what I'm saying? To me, that's the difference. And that's why I continue to be successful at what I do. That's why my skill continues to elevate, because I'm sharing it. When you try to keep it all to yourself, that's selfishness. How can you grow if you don't allow it to grow? The growth comes from you sharing it. It's the same reason why people be stuck in life and don't get any further. They reach one point and they just stop at that point and they can't go any further than that because you're not allowing it to be extended beyond you. That's where the fulfillment and the continuation of it will come from. How are you going to increase? You can't increase because you're not letting it go. You want to hold on to it. It's like being scared to spend money in a business. You ever talk to like somebody that is running a business, quote unquote, but they scared to spend money to invest in the business? How your business supposed to grow if you're not willing to spend no money and invest in the business? It doesn't make any sense. Anyway. Yeah, exactly. He said all that matters. Reggie made a good living off his 3-pointer because it was on point. That's it. Mick said Jack must operate from a jacked up win rate and signals. Oh my goodness. RoboCop, you want a show? Go to the movies. You want to win? Stay tuned. That's it, man. And see, now that's how I think, Dubs. Dubs said if you ain't have any haters out here, I would be worried. Keep doing your thing. People love to show their own insecurities in all types of ways. You gotta love it, man. Exactly. I would feel some kind of way if I didn't get any thumbs downs and I didn't get the occasional person that comes on and says something about how they don't like it. Whatever, man. Whatever. It's like, and that's the thing too. In spite of that, I always still wish the best for everyone. I always want to see everybody succeed. A lot of times I'd be more curious to know what it is about what someone even thinks to kind of get into their space a little bit to see like what it might be that you might be missing out that's even causing you to want to concern yourself with what somebody else is doing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's always curious to me. I'm always curious about that. And I do that naturally because I study. I'm a natural studier. Just like how I study the market, I study human behavior the same way because, believe it or not, the market is a reflection of human behavior. Telling you, man. Yes, he did. Straight up punk. That's hilarious. Yeah, it's all good though, man. It's all good. Yeah, I see. I've actually seen Jack on here a few times. One other time, he actually had some good input at the time during the a dialogue that we were having. Yep. Yep. But it's very interesting how people don't like repetition, but repetition is the key. That's so funny to me. It's like you if you don't like the very thing that is responsible for the success, then I think that there's a disconnect within your understanding of how you achieve success. It has to be. You know, you're not understanding how success is achieved. Success is achieved through repetition. Like, why would it be anything different? It's the same way that you learn your ABCs. How do you learn your ABCs? Your mother, your father, your teacher, they keep repeating it. You singing it. You sounding out the letters. You keep doing it until you know A to Z. That's how you learn. You didn't learn it. Somebody just said A to Z and then you figured it out and got it the first time. Nah, it was repetition, man. Repetition. And then more repetition. Yep, good stuff though, man. Good stuff. Always appreciate it. Mick is no joke. Mick the type that you want on your team. Be like, nah, I want him on my team, please. Come on, Mick. Oh man. Come on, market. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You know what's interesting? I had meant to ask you this earlier. For those of you that are into basketball and into like the recent occurrences, what do you feel about the Raptors and the Golden State Warriors? Why do you think the Golden State Warriors lost? What do you think happened? I'm curious to know if you think more so it was diligence on the Raptors' part or inaction of some type on the Warriors' part. Like, where do you think the emphasis was? Are you giving the credit more so to the Raptors for performing the way that they did, or was it a lack of performance more so on the Warriors' part? Like, I'm throwing that out there just to get context about it, because I'm curious to know like what people think about that. Curious to know like what your perspective is. Indeed. Darkness said too many injuries on the Warriors side. That's what I heard from the first take. So it was kind of like they were wounded a little bit. Wounded. Do you feel that if that wasn't the case, like say that they had everybody healthy, you think that they would have dominated the Raptors, or would they have just competed and it would have just been a better series? Like what do you think that they would have done? And of course, this is just speculation because you don't know what would have been the case. We can only go off of what actually did happen, of course. I'm just curious, just based on what people are aware of about, like what was going on with the teams, what their viewpoints are. Right now, this market just ain't getting in position. Dang. Mick said the Raptors played their game as a team. Warriors waited to see who was going to score 60. Aha. Aha. That's a lot of information right there. Because that's very specific. Listen to what Mick said about that. He said Warriors waited to see who was going to score 60. So it was kind of like everybody was kind of like they fell back a little bit, waiting to see who was going to step up instead of just doing what they normally do in spite of the injuries. That's kind of what I'm getting from that statement. Dub said, trips me out. I don't really trade 5-minute binaries, but the psychology and mindset training in all your videos and in Team Alliance has really helped me start believing more in my abilities. Yes. And been winning and getting after it ever since, like sprinkles on the cake. But without it, the cake would just be average. Much respect. Man, I love that. And I'm very grateful for that. Because that's exactly why I do it. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see everybody winning. And that's another thing too. Like, a lot of times, like, people that are looking at something just kind of like from an outside view, they don't really understand the dynamic of why somebody is doing something in the first place. And your reason for doing something is the most important thing. If your reason ain't strong enough, you won't last. Like, you're not going to just do it indefinitely. If your reason is the reason, you can't help but do it. You know what I mean? Like you see how we flow. Like, everything is just organic and natural. Like, I'm not here trying to promote anything. We here talking about the market and just talking about life and talking about all type of shit. Like, right now we talking about basketball, we talking about sports, we talking about relationships, we talking about whatever. Because it's all relevant just to who we are as human beings. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's where the value is. Just like how Dubs is pointing out the psychological and the mindset aspect of it. It's like all of that is relevant, and in everything that we talk about, it brings something valuable full circle that raises up our psychology and our way of thinking. All the time. It don't matter what we talk about. That's powerful to me. Because I know that it's all inclusive. It's not like we have to be talking about the market in order to become better in the market. We can talk about whatever we want to and just become better people and elevate and raise our vibration, and we'll become better at whatever it is that we're doing, including being in the market. And that's why you got so many people out there that's just losers because they losing. And it's really the flip. They losing because they're losers. You're not really losing because the market did it to you. You losing because you a loser. And you a loser because of your mindset and the way that you think. You don't got to stay like that, but that's where you are right now. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out there like that. So those are the people that, you know, they'll come up and they'll try to bring negativity into a positive environment, but you can't. It's like it don't matter what you do or say. It doesn't matter. You bring it in and the negativity gets swallowed up by the positivity. The positivity suffocates the shit out of the negativity and it's all over. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. Darkness said if all the Warrior players were healthy, the NBA Finals would have been more competitive. Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Definitely agree with that. Yeah, let me keep an eye on this 2587. See what this is looking like. For that's DQ'd. That is DQ'd. But I'm gonna, of course, observe the behavior once again. Going into the end, see what that looks like. Because that is key for me. I like to see the continuity of the environment and the behavior remaining intact. I feel that when the market does that, it's only a matter of time before it's going to give you some money. It's only a matter of time. And we don't have that much time like left for today, but it's okay. Like we got what, another 10 minutes? Yeah, another 10 minutes would be 3:45. You know, but it's all good. It's all good. Robocop said, market is bursting all over today. Must be Friday. Man, listen, market do that shit every day. It's like the market is just always doing whatever it wants to. And I think that, like I say that a lot, but I don't think people be believing that. They still believe like there's certain days the market do certain things that is different than other days. I've come to know that that's not the case. I know for a fact the market always is doing something crazy. And it's always not doing something crazy. But there's a balance of it. You might have days where there's more craziness than not, and then you have days where there's less craziness than there is craziness. You know what I mean? But every day there's something crazy going on in the market. There's some that you'll see where you'll be like, damn, the market is looking retarded today. You'll see that at some point. And then there'll be moments where you'll be looking at the market and be like, man, this market might do something. Yes, indeedy. Oh, Dubs, you want a cap? Yeah, hit me on Facebook, man. I'm gonna put the link in there. Yeah, I get them custom done. As a matter of fact, I got one. Matter of fact, I'm going to pick up a few actually today. There's who ordered one? Oh, Winston. My man Winston, he got one coming. That's my link right there for my Facebook page. Hit me up there and add me as a friend, and I'll give you the information. Damn, he ain't wasting no time. That's you, Wyatt? Okay. All right, cool. I got you. Yeah, and they customize. You know, it doesn't take a long time. It might take like maybe 2 weeks, about 2 weeks at the most. But it's definitely well worth the wait. Definitely. You get a nice custom cap. This right here is embroidered. So that's what I'm waiting for now from the caps that I gotta get. They're doing the embroidery on them now. So when I message you, you know, just let me know the color, what your head size is, and how you want it. Like how you want the logo part. Like you see, if you look at this close, you see how it's purple. This one is the purple border, and then you got the blue, and then you got the dark blue under. So like this part inside, usually everybody wants the same. The border though, you know, you can if you want to switch this up like to white, the white border kind of makes the hat pop if it's a different color. Like it looks good on the gray too, but the gray is light. So you may not see the white as pronounced as you would on a different color. Like if you had a red cap or a blue cap and you got the white border, it pops out more than the purple. But the purple looks good on the gray like this. So like you just let me know the details of how you want that, and then I'll make sure that I get that for you also. Yep. But I got my caps lined up for the summer, man. I got some nice. I got a two-tone cap. Woo! Different color brim with the different color top. Got a couple of those. Yeah, man. And it's funny because I wasn't always a cap guy, but as I got a little older, I became one. I definitely became a cap guy. Once I got the first TA hat done, I was like, damn, this look good. It's like shit. We get all the colors. Yeah, no doubt. He said, got to rep down south. Yep. Yeah, man. All right, so we got basically one more binary to look at, see what this market do, and then that's gonna be pretty much it. We're gonna wrap it up. Yep, gonna wrap it up. Mm-hmm. I wonder. I wonder if this thing gonna set up. The way this is looking, it's looking like it might set up. We gotta see though. We are going to see. Man, this is definitely a nice environment though. The environment that it's been in for the last hour is nice. And behavior actually has remained intact as well. Like you didn't see it go, it didn't go out and act all crazy or nothing like that. You know, it transitioned briefly and then it came back. That's what I like to see. That's always a good sign. Come on, don't get out of position. Tag, man. It got out of position unless it gets back in position and then sets up at the end. But I don't think it's gonna do that. It ain't looking like it's gonna do that. It's out of position. Out of position. All right, James. Have a good weekend, man. Enjoy your weekend. Oh, excuse me. What time is it? 3:45. I might watch this next one too. Just watch it, just to watch it. Stacy, like, listen, you'll log out. You right, Stacy. You right. You are correct. So I'm still debating. I think today might be a good day to get some wings. I've been wanting wings all week and trying to figure out where to go to get it. These are the dilemmas that I go through, trying to figure out which wing spot to go to. It's a dilemma for me. I don't know where to go. I have an idea of where I want to go. The place that I want to go, they have good wings. They have their own sauce, and the wings are crisp. Like, I mean, crisp to perfection. And they have a good rice and they have good spinach, like as side orders to go with it. So I think I might want to do that. I think so. And it's Friday too. And my wife been talking about the movies since last week. But she literally, every time she goes into the movie theater, she'll end up going to sleep. That's why I bring a blanket. Because the movie theaters, the air conditioner be high. So you kind of need a blanket in the movie theater, like for real. All jokes aside. Like for real. Alright, so I'm going to take a look at this last one. So this last one, 2587. See what this looks like. See if this actually gets in position. The environment is so nice right now. That's why I want to look to see just what it's going to do as far as positioning itself, to see if it's going to do that or not. Basically just being nosy. Look at that. Look at that. Let's see some. It's in position, but I don't think it's going to set up though. Yeah, it's out of sync. All right. Okay. Good to know. It is out of sync, man. If that was in sync right there, that would have set up, man. That was the closest that I've seen so far since this behavior and this environment been like this on a trade, potentially setting up. That was the closest I've seen. It was slightly out of sync. The time it was off a little bit, but it was almost there. Almost there. And I'm gonna see what it ends. I'm gonna see how it ends also. It's ending right. Wow. Damn, that was close, man. See, but like that just reminds you, if that had set up, you would that was winning chicken dinner all day right there. If that would have set up, that was it. Boom. Just like that. All right. I'm logging out. That's it. I'm done. All right, y'all. Let me get up out of here. So I'll probably be on later on to do the recap for Starbucks. Every week, that's like a ritual. Got to do it. And I'll holler at y'all on Sunday night. See you in training. Everybody else out there, have a great and awesome weekend. You'll be safe. Enjoy whatever you are going to do. Spend time with the family. All of that good stuff. All the above. Salute. I'm out. Yeah, have a good weekend. All right. Peace.